Hello, Mr. Lees here from Advanced Quantitative Reasoning. And for this particular activity, we're going to go ahead and need a couple of things beforehand. Number one, have to know the counting principle. Counting principle. Basically, we're going to find out how many combinations of objects there are. It's just like having 4 pairs of jeans. And let me just go ahead and just write that real quick. 3 pairs of sneakers or tennis shoes. Just shoes. I'll make that easier on me. And then 5 different shirts. So how many different combinations can we get? You know, how many ways can we change the jeans? How many ways can we change the shoes? And then how many ways can we go ahead and change the shirts and put new outfits together? Now you could use the tree method, but that takes a while. Because that takes going ahead and populating each one of these branches out and doing all this. But there's an easier way of doing this. What you just do is take the number of combinations or the number of shirts or the items and multiply them together. So 4 times 3 times 5, that would be, let me see, 12, 60. 60 different combinations. And so that's where that comes in. Now there's a little bit more to it for other parts and that we're going to be working on. And that's why I'm going to have my trusty calculator just in case I need to do some work. So, just seeing this right here, we have telephones. This explains, you know, during the past 4 years, there have been several statements that we're running out of telephone numbers, especially with the fact that we got so many cell phones out there. We either need to recycle numbers or do whatever, but we'll see about what happens. Okay, so it doesn't include. This is only Napa in certain areas, but we're not worried about this. Now, here's the way the telephone number goes. We have a telephone number. Form of NYZ, ABC, and then we have XXXXX. And those are the 3 different sections. These represent our numbers. So we'd start reading right here. Before 1995, all codes had the form of NYZ, where N was any digit from 2 to 9. Y was 0 or 1. If Y was 0, then Z could be 1 through 9. But if Y was 1, then Y could be 0 through Z. Or if Y was if Y was 0, okay, if Y was 0, Z would be 1 through 9. If Y was 1 though, then it could the Z would be 2 through 9. And the restrictions on N, save for the opposite 0 as operator for, you know, you can go ahead and dial the operator or long distance and all that fun stuff. So let's see. So we got a couple of other restrictions here, but that was removed in 1995. So we'll go over that later. So the first things first, we have to think about that form NYZ, ABC. And then 4x. 4 x's. Hopefully everyone can see that. Yeah, everyone can. So, let's see. First, now, post-1995, they changed things. According to the post-1995, how many area codes were possible? So, here's the post-1995 rules. The restriction that Y is 1 or 0 was removed in 1995 because all the possible area codes had been assigned, so we ran out of numbers. Today, N is 2 through 9, Y is 0 through 8, and Z is 0 through 9. With the exception of those rules, our area codes of 37Z means we can only get 37 and then Z, and 96Z, which are being reserved for future use. Area code where Y is equal to 0 are easily recognized codes, often assigned special. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. Those ones are not excluded because we do use them. Alright. So now, our determinations have changed a little bit. So this was before 95. This is after. So now we have a little bit more things. We have a few things. First off, we have restrictions. So we always take restrictions and we subtract them. We always subtract our restrictions. So let's see. Now if we have our new area code, we have NYZ. We don't need that other stuff. We don't need to worry about it. So NYZ. So we have N, which can be, what, 2 through 9. So we go ahead and have 2 through 9. Let's go ahead and count those. I'll count them with you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I started with 2 because I saw 2. So we have 8 combinations for that one. Then Y has a change that's 0 through 8. So we go here, start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 different numbers that we can put in there. And then finally for Z, the restriction is 0 through 9. So we have all 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 10. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But then remember, we have restrictions. So these are the stuff that we're going to throw out. These are the restrictions. So the restriction was that let me see, the exception to the rule is that the area codes of the form of 37Z and 96Z were not in there because they're reserved for later use. So we're going to remove those. Now these are two different things, so we have 37Z. So this is where we're going to start with this one. We're going to find all the combinations of 370, 371, 372, 73, all of those. So what can Z be? The Z can be any number. So this would be 1 times 10. We also have the other restriction. The other restriction was 96Z. So 96Z is also restricted. So we have 1, because 9 is the only number we're going to be using for this. 6, oh wait a minute, not 6. Sorry, another 1 times 10. So we're going to subtract those two from here. So this is 720 minus 20, because these two can go together because this is 10 and 10. So minus 20. So that leaves us with 700 area codes that are possible. And so that's how we use this particular method. We are going to finish the rest of this in class, so just taking a look at the back page. Let's see. If you look at number 3, the 7-digit number in a given area code have the form ABC, all those X's, where X, B, and C can be any digit from 0 to 9. So guess what you're going to be using. Then we have these two restrictions. Both B and C cannot equal to 1. And that's a different restriction. So these ones are going to be subtracted, since the values are designated for other purposes, such as 911, 411 emergency, and all that stuff. And then 555-0100 through 555-0199 are reserved for fictional uses such as television. And the form for that would be with the 555-01 X and X, just like what we do right there. So we're going to be using it in this form. And we're going to do it just like we did over here. And that too. Okay, so I'll see you in class, or you're already in class. This is the first couple of weeks, so we're going to be doing the notes a little bit at a time. But that's basically it. If you need to rewatch this, it'll be posted at Schoology. Thank you very much.